All right, everybody, welcome back to another video. Not sure where 2024 went. We only got 3 weeks left in this year, so I figured it would be a good time to drop you guys a little breakdown of the business model that I'm currently using, the process that I'm using, what I'm actually doing daily. And the main reason that I really want to do this is I'm boring. I've been using the same process since 2021. It's what changed the game for me. It's what's changed the game for hundreds of our students who've done millions of dollars in sales online at this point. And realistically, I want to do it because two different main reasons is one, if you're a brand new beginner, I want to actually talk about what I'm doing daily. That way, if you want to build a business in 2025, you can have an understanding around what you would be getting into, what you would actually be having to do, what you would have to commit to if you actually want to have success. That way you could decide if it's a game you want to play or not. And then secondly, if you're already a seasoned business owner or you've already been moving in business, maybe you're not getting results like I was for 3 years. I bought all the courses, I bought all the programs, I tried all the ads, I did everything for 3 years and spun my wheels until I practically discovered this process by accident. And it changed everything about my life and my business. So I kind of want to simplify and condense it down into a few different steps and what we're actually doing every single day and have been for years. And it's worked extremely well. So that's the plan for today. Did a little presentation for you guys, did a little visual representation of the actual process. And we'll dive into my computer and I'll actually just show you guys. Now, I know there probably looks like there's a lot going on here, but it's actually quite simple. So I'll actually just kind of run through all of this for you guys and talk about it in high detail. And obviously, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And I'd be more than happy to respond and give you feedback around what I'm actually doing if whatever I'm saying doesn't quite make sense. So everything in our business is pretty linear. As you can see in this graphic, everything kind of goes in a straight line. Obviously, the centerpiece of it is our free communities. This year, we did launch a school group. We did kind of merge all of our groups onto school. But that's not to say Facebook groups don't work. We did over $1 million with a Facebook group. Facebook groups still 100% work. But community has always been the centerpiece of our business. But first things first is antiviral content. We're creating content catered primarily to Facebook, right? When I first started having success online, there was no TikTok. There was no short form video content. I was purely creating content on my Facebook profile, the same one that you've had for a lot of years. You've been posting all the memes and the pictures and your Facebook profile, right? That all your friends and family are connected to is the actual thing that I just turned into a billboard for business. So I'm creating usually pretty much every day. I'm creating 5 to 90-second videos. And realistically, I'm not optimizing these to go viral. I really want to reinforce that you don't need a big audience. You don't need to go viral to have a ton of success. Realistically, it can actually damage your business if you start going viral for the wrong reasons. My first viral video was what everybody told me to do, was just go copy trends and all this stuff. And I had a viral video that got 1 million views talking about how you can sell your dirty socks on the internet. And it wasn't anything that I was doing, right? Like I've never sold my socks on the internet, but that's what I was told to do. Go copy these fake side hustle videos so that way I can dupe people into buying my product. So that's not the type of content I'm trying to tell you guys to create. But there is no denying it that short form video content will grow your brand, grow your audience, grow your following faster than anything else. But you do not need to go viral and you don't really need to copy trends. Realistically, the number one thing that you need to think about when you're starting a business or you're trying to sell products and services online is realistically, you're just trying to sell people on you, right? So a lot of the content that I am optimizing to create in my short form video content is purely around myself, who I am as a dad, as a business owner, beliefs, morals, ethics, etc., beyond business. Because that's what I'm actually selling people on, and that's what people are going to buy into long before they ever buy your offers anyways. So I'm posting some form of 5 to 90-second content pretty much every single day. With this, you'll really have to test and figure out a content style that works for you, especially inside of the short form video realm. Everybody will tell you can just go copy and paste 5-second silent TikTok videos. And it works for some people, but it does not work for everybody. You have to actually have the courage to test different styles of short form video content to see what will work best for you and your audience, right? It's not a cookie cutter. My audience might respond differently to something that the audience you build, they're going to respond to something else differently, right? So we can't just copy and paste circle jerk type shit. But we're creating short form video content, and then we're doing 10 to 30 line Facebook posts on our personal profile, talking about, what I'm doing, things I'm doing in the business, client wins, etc. Like, I'm literally just using my content that I'm creating over here as like my journal, right? I'm documenting what I'm doing. I'm sharing all the things, all the lessons, all the failures, mistakes, etc., stories. I'm just creating content that is me centric. As I've mentioned, if you don't take anything away from this video, the number one thing, people need to be sold on you as a business owner if you want them to buy anything from you. Right? That's a piece that so many people completely neglect. They just talk about their product and what they're selling, and there's no personality, there's no, life stuff in their content, and it's just all business, right? So, obviously the goals, showcase who I am beyond business, life, dad, views, morals, etc. Build my brand. And by brand, I don't mean like the color scheme or my logos or all that shit. I just mean who I am as a person, right? Let people decide, like, hey, this guy's kind of a douche and I don't really like him. I'm not going to consume his content. Or like, hey, I totally resonated with that story he told. I think I'm going to follow him. And then maybe eventually come into my group and consume some more trainings from me, right? Number 2, create curiosity and highlight what is happening inside of my free group. There's this, as I mentioned in the beginning, the centerpiece of the business is the group. Has been for years. Most importantly, number 3 is selling people on me as a brand owner, because that's what they're actually buying into, right? So that's kind of the attention piece, what I'm doing in the attention piece of my business. And as I mentioned, a lot of the content is catered to be created on Facebook, but then it's getting repurposed everywhere else, right? We use a tool that automates this process, but you can do it manually too. Gets posted to Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. All these platforms have different content mediums, and our main focus is one platform, right? Like if you let's say you're on Instagram and you see one of my pieces of content, I'm not very active on there, checking my engagement, trying to be the best on Instagram. Like my focal point is on Facebook. And if you don't make it into our group from another platform, it is what it is, right? But picking a singular platform, right? If you don't want to do Facebook, you don't have to do Facebook. We have clients that use other social media platforms as their main medium, but this is just what we've done for years. Then we're rolling right into step number 2, right? The group. This is the centerpiece, the baby, the hub. This is what we tell everybody who wants success online. Like, build a fucking group. Start a group yesterday. Start a group last year. Like, stop waiting to start a group and just like start building your own community. Like, this is the thing that changed everything for my business, especially in the online make money online space, because a lot of people are just like trying to pitch and sell all their offers out here and, use the copy and paste content, use the AI generated content, and then they get buried in this sea of people doing the exact same thing as people. And what I actually started doing in 2021 was I was selling the same affiliate product as everybody else, but instead of me trying to sell the product on my public social media, it was like, hey, come join my community and get these free trainings, and then I will sell you the same offer, right? It just creates a completely different position in the market for yourself. And not to mention, it will create long-term security because your own group is yours, right? I had my own Facebook group for years and years, and all my different business ventures. I was running a social media marketing agency. I was blogging. I was doing affiliate. I had the same group. And then when I launched my own products, my own services, and we took those to $1 million, like, I had the same group, right? Nobody can come take my group away from me because it's my community, right? So the first step everyone in our audience takes with us is joining the free group. There's more training, resources, templates, tactics, strategy breakdown, support in our free group than there is in a lot of these $497 programs. And I'm not saying that to be like rude or polarizing or anything like that. That's just the reality of it. There are dozens and dozens of hours and trainings backed with years of proof of concept, not only in our own business, but our students and our clients' businesses as well. You could come into our free group and get more information and strategies that you could literally come in and start having a successful business if you weren't lazy. But the problem with it is if it's free, most people don't pay attention to it. So it's just the reality of it. First and foremost, this creates a streamlined process from generating leads, building culture, and creating a movement. As I was mentioning, you want to create a movement deeper than just what you're selling. Okay. Growing our group builds our email list in unison. Okay. So everybody's like, there's really building a list is popular right now, which it's obviously very important, building an email list, but you can do it at the exact same time. Right. If somebody comes into our group, they just get added to an email list, and then they actually get put on a 30-day drip campaign, which then pushes them back into our free group. So everything we do in our business in some form or some fashion is just driving more people to our community to consume more content from us. It's the ultimate goal. Drive more consumption, watch more trainings, go watch videos like this, go read posts in our community, go through our free workshops, etc. Because if we can start helping people come get into our group, and let's say they set their business up, they start creating some of their own content, they start generating leads, they start generating sales, it starts building confidence and proof of concept in their own business. And then it makes the belief in our program or our offers or our services a lot higher, because they already have conviction. They already went and did something from something we gave them. And then they can turn around and be like, hey, this last thing worked. Like, I can go work with them and do the next thing, right? Number 3, this creates an infinite number of content angles. Like, realistically, one of the most powerful aspects of having a group is everything that you end up putting in your group can become a lead magnet to grow your group. And I will literally do this today. Like, I'm going to go post this video that I'm recording right now inside of my free community, and I'm going to share it with my group. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go post about that on my Facebook profile. I'm going to go create a TikTok about that. I'm going to say, hey, if you want this kick-ass free training that breaks down the simple model that has done over $4 million in sales between us and students, like, give me a shout and I'll send you the free replay. And I'm going to end up sending them to the group to go watch the training. That's what I mean by that. It creates infinite content angles, basically becomes your lead magnets on steroids, because you can go put a post in your group and you can go turn around and talk about that on your profile, get more group members, they get more value, and it just creates this flywheel effect of having really easy content to create by simply showing up in your own free group. Next up is the winning workshop blueprint. So this is kind of the focal point when people come into our group. This is a very high value 5-day live event that everybody gets for free when they come into our community, right? And as I was just kind of teasing about, when people come into our group, there's training on setting up their business, creating their first pieces of content, generating their groups, what type of content to create on their public socials, what type of content to put in their group, how to start, going live and generating leads and sales and all this type of stuff that people get as soon as they come into our group, and it's 100% free, right? So as I mentioned, this is one of the main focal points with the intention of helping people set up their business, grow their community, learn content strategies to grow their audience, generate sales opportunities, and a simple and a repeatable plan to make their first 10K online using the social media account they already have. It's social media account they're already using daily. I think it's like 15 or 16 videos that breaks down what we're doing, how to set things up, over the shoulder trainings. And as I mentioned, the reason that we're doing this is because if somebody can come into our free group, they can go through our winning workshop blueprint and they can get wins. They can start having success. They can start generating leads. They can start building conviction and proof of concept in their own business. It makes conversations around offers that we have really fucking easy, right? Because if it's like, hey, I followed the training in the free group and I generated my first 50 leads. Cool. Would you want to work on turning those 50 leads into, $10,000 in sales? Let's help you write an offer. Let's help you create an offer. Hey, I set up my group and I generated my first 100 members. How do I monetize the 100 people that are in there right now? Right? See what we're doing here? We're actually And I'm not saying like leaving things out to make their life harder, right? We're coming into it with like front loading the free communities with as much value as we possibly can, because it makes the sales processes really short. Okay, we've done thousands of sales online with products from $17 all the way up to $9,000 a year, and we don't do sales calls. And this is a big part of it, right? When you dial this piece in, and if you guys want a full breakdown of what this actually looks like or how to deploy your own winning workshop blueprint, go head over to my YouTube channel. There is a video on my YouTube channel that breaks it down. I ran a free training, and there's a monster of a document that you guys can use, that you guys could just like get clarity on how I'm actually doing this. Okay, front loading your group with a high value, 2 to 5 day free workshop that gets people to a specific result in their business, and then we start talking to people off the tail end of that, which this also creates a really awesome angle to end up growing your group too, because it's like, hey, you can get access to a free 5-day live event that's going to help you, learn how to lose 15 pounds in the next 60 days following this type of diet. And then at the end of that, then it's like, hey, now if you want to work with me on, fitness and workouts and home recipes and meal prepping, etc., like send me a message and we can chat about some of my offers, right? It's not specific to the Make Money Online space. We work with a lot of clients that aren't in the Make Money Online space. But this is probably one of the most powerful pieces about something that you can put in your group. And I'll actually just pin the live training that I ran around deploying the winning workshop blueprint inside of your own business under this video. The next phase in the business is we're just simply talking to people, starting one-on-one conversations with people, seeing where they're at, what they're trying to do, what they're currently doing in business, if they're struggling with anything, seeing if we could help them with the next thing in business. Now, as I mentioned, because there is so much content inside of our worlds, inside of our communities, there's very minimal resistance in the DMs. A lot of the times people are coming to us, right? Like we had a $2,000 sale last night. They sent us a message. They said, hey, I can swing the 2K for the full year. Like send me the checkout link, right? Like very minimal resistance, because there is so much value in intentionally putting content in here that actually genuinely helps people, while extending invitations. Like, hey, if you want to chat about potentially working with us through 2025, send me a DM, right? I just did it right now. As an example, there's very minimal resistance. We don't do sales calls. We're not going in other people's groups and posting content and like trying to generate all these fucking cold leads. We literally just create our content. People come into our group, they consume content, and then they DM us. And then we use Google Documents to present one of two offers. Okay, right now in our 7-figure business, we have 2 things to sell. So that's all. I only have two products in my business right now. One, first and foremost, everything we do covers the same things, same principles, same core 4 steps, but it's just different levels of depth. So offer number 1 is Group Juice, more self-paced, weekly coaching around everything we do, right? Community growth, monetization, offer launch, ROI strategies, etc. It's literally a library of content that we've built over years, right? This is the same program that has spun out over $3 million in tracked student sales with all sorts of different programs, offers, niches, and industries. And then we have offer number 2, which is a done with you style offer, right? So we'll help you do everything. We'll help you create your content. We'll personally be in your back pocket. We'll look at your content. We'll help you write offers. We'll do everything with you, right? 3 calls a week, etc. And that's so Group Juice is $950 a year, and then Accelerated Income Mastermind is $1,000 down and $250 per month, right? So we're really only optimizing for 2 different offers, 2 different things to sell, and that's it. Which is a powerful lesson in itself. If you look at like all these master resale rights queens, they got 700 different programs, and it's probably why they're not making a bunch of money. It sounds rude, but like realistically, we sell two things. That's it. It's the only two things we have in our business for sale, right? Just creates lack of clarity in your own business when you have too many things. And I'll tell you from my own experience, when we first launched Group Juice in February of 2022, that year we followed it up with probably a dozen different product launches, and then we went into the new year like, this is too many fucking things. I don't know what I'm creating content on because I don't know what I'm selling. I'm optimizing to sell this and that and this and that and this and that, and it just creates confusion in your own business, which then creates confusion in your potential buyers. You start talking to somebody and it's like, I don't know what I'm going to sell them. I don't even know why I'm talking to them. I don't even know what offer I'm going to send them. And it just creates a lot of chaos, right? So realistically, if you're under 100K, I'd probably sell one offer. That's just me being fully transparent. You don't need 15 different offers. If you're not consistently selling one offer, then you don't need two, right? So for a long time, all we really sold on the front end was Group Juice, right? But this year, and for probably the last few months, we've really been optimizing to sell more of our coaching, our private mentorship, which includes all of our programs and products anyways. But it's what we actually enjoy because we get to build with people, right? We get to actually be in your back pocket and help you build every step of the way. And it brings us a little bit more fulfillment. So I'll get off my soapbox. And then the last piece isn't really a piece in business, but the sale is made and the real relationships begin. We're not in the game to churn and burn clients. We are very focused on long-term clients, right? We want to work with people for months and years at a time. We have people in our private mentorships that have been working with us for years. We've helped them go from $0 to $100,000. We've helped people go from absolutely never creating pieces of content before and actually building profitable businesses. And we've worked with them for prolonged periods of time, right? We're not just in the game of selling people shit and then ghosting them. We want to genuinely work with people for a long time because, as I mentioned, that's what actually brings us fulfillment. So to give you guys a little bit of a recap on what we're actually doing, how you guys can take this away, we're creating content primarily catered to one platform, right? I'm optimizing to create a lot of my content on Facebook, and I'm creating antiviral short form video content, some written content, and with the sole goal and intention of showcasing who I am as a human, as a dad, as a business owner, beyond what I'm selling, right? Because that's only one piece. That's just how I'm monetizing my content. That's just how I'm monetizing my business. Like the thing I'm selling isn't my business, right? They will change. So I'm creating public content with the goal of growing my group. Okay, I'm active in my group. I'm sharing trainings, tactics, resources, using my group as my journal, punching people in the face with as much value as I possibly can through our winning workshop blueprint, which is our free 5-day live event. And then I'm starting conversations with folks that are in my group, that are active on the content, seeing if they'd be a good fit for my offers. If they're not, I'm not like telling them to fuck off and block them. It's like, it's all good, right? Like, hey, would you be interested in potentially working with me? If not, like there's tons of trainings over here you can go watch. No big deal if not. If they are, I send them one of two offers and then we work together. We make money and we have fun. That's all I'm doing. That's all I've been doing for years. And that's all I got for you guys today. If you have any questions, give me a shout in the comments section. If you take anything away from this video, like put this into action in your business in 2025 if you want a simpler way to make money online. And I know I probably sound like I'm beating a dead horse. This is the process that changed everything for me in my business. I struggled for 3 years. I bought all the courses, I bought all the programs, and I spun my wheels for 3 years showing up consistently. And this is genuinely the only thing that started working for me. And I've watched it radically change so many clients' lives that I maybe I'm biased, but I've watched it work way too many times for the hundreds of students that we've worked with, thousands of clients that we've worked with realistically. So if you want a simple way and repeatable way to build a long-term business online in 2025, then give this a try. And again, if you guys want more in-depth trainings, I will link some resources below. And you guys have a kick-ass day.